Welcome to part 2 of Chelsi Shikongo Talks. My guests are Cherlien Schott and Hillary Shiimi, where we are continuing to talk about women in entertainment. Getting into the questions. Cherlien, what do you think are the biggest challenges for women in the arts today?
To be very honest, I mean, back then when I started working in film, it was way difficult, but I think it has gotten honestly better for women to be in the arts industry. I think more so because I think we're so much better at expressing ourselves and creating and like the feeling, literally putting it out into the art. But I think the only challenges we face for me personally, it would be finances. I don't think if I would have if we would have enough funding, I would definitely think there would be a lot more female women making more art, making more films, because
what
I think
funding
the
do you
only
specifically need for? Like, what do you need the funding specifically for? Are there like things like, let's
literally
say, like
to make a film. Literally everything that has to do.
So there's nothing that we can come and be like, Cherlien, can we build the set?
No,
it
because
needs
to
money.
build the set, you need money to buy
the
just step out of your house. You need money to step out of your house.
Like literally, just to sometimes even get there's so many actors and that are so good, but like most of the time, if you're making like a short film, I mean, these people can't even they don't have taxi money to literally get into a cab to even go for an audition. So so normally when you have financing, it's easier to help out people to say like an actor would call and say, oh, I would like to really try out, but unfortunately I don't have cab money. You can easily say, okay, no, I'll pay for you. So financing is literally, funding is honestly the only thing from my point of view that's standing against us not really creating, because if that was if it was there, I would be making 3 million films this year.
Yes.
You know what I
mean? Hillary, the same question for you. Like in your arts, what do you think is the biggest challenge?
Yeah, I think that's the number one biggest challenge is that, and I think also like looking at the economy as a whole is the entertainment and arts industry is always given peanuts.
Yes, that is true.
It is always given peanuts. We don't recognize that we need arts. We live and breathe arts, because in order for you to do that advert, you need the creative arts.
Exactly.
In order for you to market your company, you need the creative arts. In order for you to say, yo, the COVID cases has raised up, you need the arts, you know. So yes, music is important.
Yes.
You know, singing, dancing, everything is important in the arts facility. So I think the biggest challenge is recognition as a whole that entertainment and art industry.
But from the government.
From the government.
Because the
very,
problem
very
is literally from the government, because they don't see art as just to make money. I'm like, who's taking the portrait? Like the presidential portrait.
And I think
it's a photographer.
And I think
and that falls under like the art spectrum.
Printing, the framing,
everything is art.
So,
you know, growing up, when I started dancing, I had to grow up very, very fast. So when I started dancing already, I was managing Equip Dance Academy for like 10 years, and I used to do high school arts festivals, because this is where the art comes from, the youth.
Yes.
Because the youth is really, really neglected when it comes to arts, because you will find that, sports activities, national, going international, but, like the singing now, you get what I mean? So really, arts is really, really not recognized. And we need to start with the youth. We need to go back to say the youth needs arts. Because, introduce that painting, that introduce this art splash, and let us do this for the youth, because this is the generation that is going to steam up. And the only way to get to a level like where South Africa is if you start back from the roots, which is the youth. What are the youth doing besides doing sports activities, which is really important, but what about that child that does poetry? Exactly. Who is going to recognize that child that does poetry in high school or in primary school and says, Mom, I really just want to be a musician, So I think that is the biggest challenge, is that just as Namibia as a whole, arts and entertainment and arts is really not recognized to the point where we really want it to grow, as a Namibian nation.
And just to add to that, I mean, I remember when I was in the choir when we represented Namibia, like every time we would ask the government for like aid because we are literally going to represent Namibia.
Yeah.
It's I mean, for them it was like, yeah, but it's singing, it's art. So you're not going to the Olympics. They're like, oh, you're going to the Olympics. You're like, the singing Olympics. And then we would literally go win gold. And then, like, literally you find us in newspapers. And then everyone's like, oh, the Namibian choir won gold, 3 gold. And then you're like, but when we came, we literally had to sell bright plates just to literally get ourselves on that plane to go participate. But, like, when we come back, it's literally,
that's when you want recognition.
Yes, exactly.
But do you think it will ever change? Do you think we will see a point where like the funding will increase?
I want to say not for the current politicians.
I agree as well.
I mean, the right people.
Yes.
Sorry.
Once we get like the right people on, like, then it will be a different thing. But I mean, until we still have this, no.
Yeah.
But people can evolve. I don't know. I think people can evolve or... Yeah, but I also see the selective sponsorship. Sports is very big in Namibia, and that's why I even felt weird when like Namibians started celebrating Christine Boma in
yes, because it was not like, something that was
it doesn't why okay, I see. So they can be women, but it must just be in sports.
Yes, exactly. Because I remember we would
see that aspect like why? Like why?
I was like, why are you guys celebrating women now all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's because they're moving.
They're doing the sports. But
I also feel so.
Bit too selective, but Hillary, is dance now a big business in Namibia? From when we started
to where it is now, I think it's growing. It's growing. I remember my last choreographing gig was with the late David Njavera when we were choreographing the Heroes Day commemoration, and I learned so much because it's a Heroes Day commemoration, so I needed to get the history back. And then Mr. Njavera was literally like, okay, so this is what we need. This is the history and all these things. So I really learned a lot, and I think this is something that a lot of dancers out there that needs to take up to say, you need to learn. Dancing, it can be a passion. It is in you, but you need to learn. You need to learn different ways. You need to learn different ways. Different genres, you know. So I think a lot of, especially with the Namibian youth, they don't have a dance forum, a dance, to say we are being represented, you understand? So there is quite a lot of dance studios and dance choreographers that are really opening up, but in terms of just a dance society that represent the dancers, to say these are the different genres and this is how you can learn from it. And I mean, there's quite a lot of dancers that go through the College of the Arts, the University of Namibia, per se, to learn that skill, to learn to go out there and get the paper of dancing. But I feel like we still have a long way to go in terms of just creating a dance society for Namibia, for the Namibian dancers, especially with the youth. Guys, the youth is so talented. I really like to go back always to the youth because you will see talented dancers out there that are just on TikTok. Yeah. They deserve bigger platforms, and I really, till now, appreciate the Namibian Annual Music Awards when it was, when it was on and giving, because it was giving platform for the dancers to experience the international aspects and on an international stage, and now that it's not there anymore, which other platforms are there? Because dancing is not just getting onto the TikTok and doing it, dancing is a whole bigger level, are you able to get onto that big stage and do quick minute changes, to say, oh guys, that was not my cue, but I need to change now because I need to get onto that stage now. So I think a lot of dancers, it's really the expert of things, because when you see dancers now at normal events and shows, you sit there and you watch these backup dancers and like, but why is she not smiling? Why is she sad? You get what I mean? It's because there's still that dance society to say, get into these workshops of dancing and really feel that passion to say, dancing just doesn't, it doesn't end only on Instagram or TikTok. You get what I mean? It has more aspect to that because it's passion. Imagine what you can do when a human body is moving. That's like closer to God's angels. You get what I mean? So I think it still has a long way to go, and the only way to do this is the leaders of the leaders and people that have been dancing for a long time, to come together. We need to come together and really just create this society for the dancers out there to say, this is a platform. We want to workshop you to say,
Yes.
we know and see that you are talented,
Yes.
but you still need a lot of polishing.
Yes.
You understand? And especially like I have to go back to that point where we're like, but now Hillary, you don't want to be, do you want to be on the side? Or no, you don't sideline people.
No.
You need to learn from these people because they are the
Yes.
same people that has gone through 700 music videos, that has gone on stage for 1,000 times. You get what I mean? So these are the same people that you need to take in and bring closer, and it really goes out to the dancers out there that really don't be afraid to learn, because in this world out
Different
there,
forms,
you never know who's watching you on TikTok and
Yes,
says, oh,
definitely.
hey, I need you to come to a production in Germany. And you get to that production in Germany, you see that, whoa, these people are on another extreme level.
Yeah.
So get that, because the world doesn't only end in Namibia, in South Africa. The world has bigger platforms.
Yes.
Get into that Latin class, get into that ballroom, get into that hip hop, because when you take these genres and when you take these skills, you'll be a powerful dancer, because you are able to go like, I have not danced in 5 years, but I've got the skill.
Yes,
And what I am saying
exactly.
is,
Yeah.
you are on stage, but you're not smiling. You're not having confidence.
Yeah.
But this is not because you are not talented. You are doing a wonderful job, but it just needs skill.
Yes.
You get what I mean? And skill comes by practicing, making, and experience. Experience is what is needed. So, I think we've got a lot
Wow,
more to
like
go.
I feel like you were talking to me personally, like that. Like, I feel like you were my mentor, and I was just like, Chelsea, you just have to learn,
Learn
like,
the
just learn the
skills.
skill. And I wish I could speak to the youth
Yeah.
that usually DM me about modeling like that as well,
Yeah.
because I think they don't understand that it's a skill.
It's a skill.
You cannot just wake up and do what
Come,
I'm
I just
doing.
want to
No.
walk.
Yeah, I just
want
want to be on.
Come, I want to be the next Naomi
Yes,
Campbell.
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that. Even for me to meet Naomi Campbell, I have to acquire the skill, because she's
Yes.
going to ask me, what are you bringing to the table
Yeah.
other than yourself?
Yeah.
What else can you do
Yes.
for me to acknowledge that
Yes.
you are here, that you want to work? you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the skill.
Yeah.
Cherlien, you are married to a very successful film producer and director.
Wow.
Writer as well.
Writer as well. Is it challenging having a successful relationship in the industry?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the sense of, I mean, I don't even know if I was supposed to say this.
This
but
is
I
a safe
mean-
space.
Yeah, it's a safe space.
Yeah, I mean, being married to, one of the biggest directors in Namibia, there's always competition.
Yes.
And then, of course, I have my own personal work where people feel like, should we hire her? Because, I see her husband maybe as a competition. Like, will she, not that it has happened or they said it, but for me, like, for a while, I could not get jobs because it was people, I guess, maybe felt intimidated that maybe I'm going to share the script with my husband to say, like, oh my goodness, baby, and then, you know what I mean?
I think there's that confidentiality check.
Exactly. So it does break. It did have challenges until like at some point they're like, you know what? Let's just go and see what she's capable of.
Okay.
And also, a lot of people don't necessarily not see me because I had this conversation with Michael Pauls the other day, like at a friend's birthday, and he literally said, when I saw you in the beginning, I always thought you were this trophy wife.
Oh yeah, I think I
Like,
was there, that
literally.
conversation.
like this whole trophy wife where do you actually do something? Are you a housewife? But not knowing that we've been running like our company for years where, because I've never, like I said, put myself out there because I just feel like I'm okay there. So there is challenges. It's like you constantly expect it to be also like
on top of new things.
Yes.
Yeah. Does Florien get more jobs because he's a male director? Do you think that they go like, because he's a male, we're gonna give him the gig?
I think he gets his jobs because he's very competent. He's really competent. He always says like film is like my first wife, and I'm like, let your wife cook for you tonight.
But
But I mean, he's very competent
Yeah.
in what he does. He literally sits and writes his script, and he honestly, like, he spends the last money till in the film to make it so much better, and then not pay himself and say like, baby, you also don't need to get paid, but I'll give you something. No, but then he gives me.
But I was, no. Do you think?
Yeah.
No, but he's that competent that he's really like, he is very serious in what he does. So I don't generally think because he's a male he gets work, but because he's really good at what he does.
Okay.
Or
Was
maybe
there ever?
maybe that's my biased opinion.
Yes.
Right? But that's literally what I
Was there
feel.
ever an incident where you were like, okay, me and Florien are like in competition now, and like you can feel it? Was there ever an incident where you're like, are we in competition?
Oh, thank God not. That's why I would never be a director, because then literally we would be like against each other. Where you're like, so I was also like trying to get this gig, and now you got it. So not really. I mean, since I'm not a director, it's quite easy not for us to be in competition. Like, I mean, we work very well together on set and at home. So I mean, I love working with Flo because, like I actually said earlier on, we don't really have like, we don't not communicate, but like we don't communicate as partners like a married couple on set, because we're there to finish a job. We want to make the film, get the money. Literally, that's.
But was it like a personal decision to just be like, I'm going to be a producer? Because have you never had the feeling to be like, I would love to know how it feels to be a film director?
To be very honest, I never wanted to become a producer, because producer in
Yes,
this country
here we
is
go.
like no, in the sense like you kind of have to look for money where there's no money.
Yeah.
And at the responsibilities that you have as a producer towards your director and your writers, it's really a lot of work. So for a long time, I was like production coordinator, and then I transitioned from that to production manager, and I was just like, the next step is producer, and I'm just like, do I really want to do that?
But what do you really want to do?
I love doing that. I love being a production manager, producing. I'm just saying it would have been like an amazing thing if we would be in a country where it would be easy to get funding. Then it would not be that much difficult to actually produce films.
Okay, then what are your other dreams, and are you still chasing them? Like, do you, what is something else that you want to do?
I mean,
Getting a new song.
Are we getting an album?
You know?
I mean, funny enough, like I produced with Lisa Alice, like the theme song for Bach and the Giants.
Okay.
And we actually also sang on it together.
Wow.
And it's like literally one of those things where you're literally getting pushed into it. Because I mean, at some point when I took over film, my music career, not career, but like my music literally just took a back seat. Because I was just like, I didn't train. Because as a classical music singer, you need to sing every day.
Wow.
Because, I mean, yes, because your vocal cords change. Like, I mean, you literally have to sing
change?
almost,
Really?
not change, but I mean, you lose, and I'm a first soprano, so I sing very high, so you need to still hit those notes, and then in classical music you have to do it soft. It's soft, so you have to hit that high note while it sounds like an angel, you know what I mean? Like, so you kind of have to, so I mean, music, definitely music. I mean, I'm literally getting pushed into styling as well. I'm just like, guys,
wow.
like, can I do
getting
one
the album?
thing?
Are we getting an album? Are we getting like a film album? You know, like the whole, what they did with Black Panther?
A whole.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully not anytime soon, but hopefully exactly. But maybe next year. I think next year might just be a year where I
Might
start
just
doing more
see
music.
you performing, and we'll be
stage.
like, you know what? We knew it.
Yes, exactly.
Same question, Hillary. Are you still chasing your dreams? Is there something else that you want to do?
Yes. I mean, after dancing and choreographing, not after, I'm still doing dancing and choreographing, is I just decided to get into film school. I studied.
Congratulations.
Studied film, and I'm honored. First of all,
Yes,
like
me
wow,
too.
I'm honored.
Amazing.
So yeah, I think the next big thing is I wanna introduce and bridge the gap between dancing and film. I wanna introduce. I want the world to see Namibian dancers on a roll, on a uniqueness. So I think that's the next big thing in my life is whatever it is that I want to achieve right now, that I want to set, you know, like, oh, I wake up, I want to, you know what, I want to be a painter. Let's do this. Let's paint. Because the
definitely.
world, life is so short. Life is really short. We don't have time on our hands. So it's really, really important that whatever goals you're chasing, just go out there. So I'm going to try and fit now, because I have so much passion in film directing. I want to tell stories. I want to, because it was not easy 10 years back starting as a dancer. It was not easy. Quitting was maybe 700 times, and you get back on the on the 8th one. It was really, really not easy, and I really just want to tell my story. I want to tell my story. I want to say a decade being in the dance industry in Namibia, this is the story. And in order to do that is I want to document it. I want to tell this film to say, but it needs to be with authentic Namibian dances, starting from raw. Because when I started dancing, I used to be a traditional cultural dancer. So I was really active. I was like, you know, stamping this feet and just, you know, so we'll do it in the community, you know, we'll do it. So this is where I grew the passion of dancing. And I really just want to go back and say, as a Namibian child, this is where I started my dancing, and I want to involve as traditional, as authentic and as unique as possible when it comes to Namibian dancing. So it is really, I'm excited for this journey.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes,
I can see it already. I can see the
I'm totally excited because, you know, I've seen a lot of dance films, and a lot of dance films were based on this modern dance culture. There's like modern hip hop and modern, you know, but and it's being shot in Africa, in South Africa, and I'm like, what is the, you know, what is authentic about this, you know? So this is what I really want to introduce. Yeah, what I really want to introduce for the next 2 years is getting the film and the dancing together. And as soon as I can already picture how beautiful it is, you know, getting all these dancers from everywhere in Namibia, not just Windhoek. I want to do those auditions to say, I'm getting a dancer from Kavango region, from Karas region. Let's come together and let's shoot this film. I'm excited for this journey. And like we said, funding or no funding,
we're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Yeah, I'm excited for this new journey.
I would love to be an editor, but only for short films.
Okay.
Short films, skits.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Films,
a lot of
I
work.
feel like, I think it's easier because it's shorter.
Yeah.
And if I shoot it myself,
Yes, definitely.
it's easier to know how to cut.
Yes.
But I also just want to do comedy.
Yeah. Also, you are so good at this. I kept watching at the vinyls, and I was like,
I am a
now
comedian.
that you do comedy.
Yeah.
I think I got onto TikTok to literally see what those kids are like up to, just to like see like what cameras they're using and then I came across, I'm like, a video of yours. I think and I'm just like, is that Chelsi? Like I don't know. Like could it be
alter
her?
ego, like literally a different alter ego just comes out, and I'm like, and I'm like, wow.
I was quite impressed. I was like, what? Okay, that's amazing.
I'm a comedian. I do Namibian Girl Humor.
Oh,
Jennifer is like an alter ego of mine. She's who I wish I was when I was in high school, getting bullied all the time.
So not the new Jennifer on NBC.
No, not Jessica Real Life. She was like, doing the most. Jessica, Jennifer, it happens a lot. Some people call me Jessica. I don't know who that is. But I'm actually having a show tonight as well.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Doing stand-up, but I'm really not big on stand-up because I feel like it takes a lot of prep. And you have to be very technical. Your story needs to make sense. But with digitals, like, if you just get on and like something falls from the sky, people just start laughing. Because for them, they're like, what is going on? But on stage, you can't do stuff like that. So I might just not venture out. I'm literally only in it because I'm getting paid. I get paid to make people laugh. But like with my comedy on digital platforms, I'm more free. I love to be in control of the audience and what they see and the story that I'm selling. But
good luck
congratulations. Thank you so much. I really hope we can go far and we can work together.
Exactly.
If you ever think about comedy,
Yeah.
Please think
I
of
mean,
me.
we literally like doing like a whole like comedy, like the first Namibian like comedy series.
Okay.
Like Florien is
Yeah.
writing with Dino, where it's called African Relativity.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it's like literally comedy, but like time traveling, but like in a comedic way, like how
Wow.
when things happen, you could try to maybe
Yeah.
like change it, like maybe like you want to tell your parent like that I'm
Yeah,
gay,
I'm not gonna
and
wash
then like
dishes.
it's not gonna work out, and then you like time travel to kind of change it back because it just becomes
Yeah.
like a whole funny
Legend.
situation. So that's one of the films that I'm looking funding for.
Ooh,
That
when
I
is
wanna
it
shoot
good?
end of
Already
this
out.
year.
Oh, end of this year.
It's a script
Please
that
let me know
I'm waiting
when
for
the auditions
funding.
are out. So, oh, funding.
Yes,
Yes, the
funding.
Don't they look at pilots first and then they're like, okay, we want to fund this?
Unfortunately,
Oh,
that
okay.
still needs to be funded.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's fine.
The
I get it
pilot.
now.
And I don't, you know when
Because you
people-
need money to even do the pilot.
Like, hey, I have this idea, and then we get the idea. Like, okay, so we want to see the pilot. I'm like,
And
how?
you're like,
How? How do you
like,
want to see the
I'm
pilot?
asking you
I'm
for
asking you for money.
Come on, I shot it on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's
And then they feel they don't want to.
Yes, 'cause
because
the
now
quality-
you
And
look.
then-
Yes, exactly. I'm professional. Yeah.
So,
What's next for you both? Like, what's the next thing that's gonna wow the Namibian nation?
I mean, like I just mentioned,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do this film, and hopefully with Girlie and with Florien and Dino. And I mean, I think we would be shooting a film in Zimbabwe, but based on a Zimbabwean story. So kind of like dive into the African part, like film sector too, to kind of create that.
yeah.
Because a lot of Africans don't even know like Namibia is making films, so we kind of
That
also
is
just want to
true.
go through that part to try and put
Zhuzh
Namibia
up a
out
bit, the
there.
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Hillary, what's next for you?
Bigger things, big,
Yes, you are
bigger
thriving.
ideas, bigger, you know, like I just mentioned before that. What's next is, you know, getting the dancers recognized, platforms out there, giving them opportunities to just, you know, get that platform to say, hey, you're a Namibian dancer, get on this, get into the studio, let's do this, let's get you recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think you've been lucky in your careers?
Luck?
Luck, yes.
No,
because
it's
for
just
me,
hard work.
I felt
Yeah.
like when I was 19 and I entered this competition that no one else apparently saw in Namibia. And then I got scouted to, because that's how I got into modeling. I entered a competition on
okay.
Facebook. It was being run by Boss Model South Africa.
Wow,
Okay.
And I entered the competition on Facebook. And then I got scouted.
Wow.
And then every time I tell the story, people are like, I don't remember that video. I'm like, but it was on Facebook. Like you know, and I feel, that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like I was at the right place at the right time type of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel that that's sort of what people call luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I feel like. Do you feel you have been lucky in your career? It's like there was a moment when you're like, if you were not there, you don't think you could have gotten into the industry?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I mean, like I said, for me, it was never about film. It
Yeah.
was like, for me, I was literally studying travel and tourism marketing, literally,
Yeah.
to
Wow.
earn and support my family, or my mother per se, and then I literally just fell in love with film. So, I mean, I can't say that is luck, because you kind of had to work yourself up
Yeah.
to where
Yeah.
you are, where people can
that's
literally
true as
trust
well.
you
Yeah.
with their money, because, you know, so I don't think it was luck.
Yeah, I think,
Like
in survival mode.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because, you know, all these opportunities that I got, it's because of hard work. It's a lot of lot of hard work and a lot of
And trying to
content
put yourself
created.
out
Yeah,
there,
and
like
putting
being
yourself
vulnerable,
out there. You
trying
get,
to get all of that work done,
and proving that you can
yourself
do
that you
it,
can do it,
proving
yeah.
that you can do it constantly. Because I was not the same dancer 10 years ago, like being now. I was not the same choreographer 5 years ago than now. So you constantly have to work hard.
Okay,
Have to work
that's
hard, and I think luck come by chance, you know. Just
That
today,
is true.
Yeah.
just today off studio, I was called, you know, thank you for having me
Yes,
here.
exactly. Oh, no,
and then
thank you
but then
for
I bumped into like 4 or 5 other producers going like, oh, I've been looking for you, and I'm like, really?
No, that is
You
luck.
know, so
Yes.
that is
Yeah,
luck,
that
you
is
know,
luck,
because
yes.
you create, the platforms come to you and you never know who is watching. And this is
Exactly.
always what I tell myself, that Hillary, you never know who is watching.
Yeah.
So you always have to work extra ×3 hard, work hard, and then everything else just flows in between. There will be times where you go like, you know what, I am done. I am exhausted.
about
that
Tell
story.
yo, But then I think just when you reach that peak, you know, I mean, look, getting a production for so many, you know, people just see the limelight.
Yes, they
People
do.
just
Yeah,
look at
they
you and go
don't-
like,
they don't see like
Yeah.
everything
How
else.
did you do that?
how did you do that? But they don't see that it is a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of wiping yourself, the tears down and saying, let's do this, you know. And really, I must acknowledge the fact that you married to a really, really successful
That's
man.
literally what
And
I was going my next point,
and-
because I have to prove myself
You have to
more.
prove,
because
yes.
people sometimes think, oh, is she on films just because she's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
wife, or is she
Yeah.
really actually good at what she does? So so basically it's never luck, because I kind of have to prove myself
All
to
the
say that I'm
time.
not just like in this job because my husband works in it, and then I get the jobs
Yeah.
because my husband
Yeah.
is working on it. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure, and
Yeah.
so and not definitely not luck.
I mean, I feel to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with you guys, because
Yeah.
even this morning I was just like, I don't want to get up. Like, it's so cold. I don't want to do this. But then I was just imagining myself being at an award show, getting an award for this.
Exactly.
So I was like, okay, let's get up and
Exactly,
get up,
exactly.
because
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
going to be worth it in the end.
In the end,
And I
yeah.
even told Kevin, like,
And it's
yeah,
good,
you're going to
yeah.
be there, and you're going to be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
This is why you woke up.
Yeah,
this early
and
for this. So, yeah.
comparison, guys, comparison is really just the devil.
Yes.
Like, to whoever is watching this, please don't compare yourself or your life to
Yes.
anyone else.
Definitely.
Because some people might have gotten it in 5 years.
Yes.
It takes you
It
20
might just
years.
take- and it's still
might
okay.
yes, but your
It's
breakthrough is coming.
Exactly.
Your
Yes.
breakthrough, is coming.
What has been your biggest achievement in your careers so far?
I don't know if I should say career, but I mean, biggest achievement in my life is literally getting myself where I am today. I would say for myself. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, because I mean, raised by a single mother, literally paved
Yes.
my way through everything myself, and literally being where I am and being able to travel to so many countries, do so much. I think I am my biggest achievement that I've actually created.
Definitely.
Or
Yes,
took the
I
words
love
out.
that.
You literally took the
love
words
that.
out of my
yeah,
mouth.
so
I
I would say
that.
I'm sort of my biggest
Yeah,
achievement, because I'm literally proud of where I am, and yeah.
Yeah, I also feel
Yeah.
like it's I think you can't compare someone that has been raised from survival mode and someone that has been raised like just, you know,
Yeah.
the right way, because everything that we do when we get up every day is because we just want to survive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we had to grow up very fast. I'm saying
Yeah.
we because like
Yeah, no, definitely.
We
in
all,
relation
yes, me too.
Definitely.
you know, you're forced to grow
So-
up really, really, especially the 80s and the 90s kids.
Yeah.
You are forced to grow up really, really fast. And I
Yes.
think the biggest achievement so far for me is just getting up every day and not giving up on myself.
Yes.
So,
On myself.
I
There can
think-
be big titles on my CV. I could
Yeah,
have, you know, I've
exactly.
done a lot of, you know,
Definitely.
assistant directing. I've done a lot of, you know, I've done a lot of choreographers. I've been on big stages, international. I've met international choreographers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I even worked with Tom Cruise. I
Yeah.
did publicity when
look
I
at
worked
that,
at Universal
you know?
Studios.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much, but
Yeah.
all
Is he
that
short in
comes
person?
from... I don't know if I should say this. They
Yeah.
might never give me a job.
Okay, then it's fine. We will just Google it.
Yeah, let's
But
Google
as
it.
you
I mean, no, he's not that short. I mean, I'm a short person, but he's not that short, actually.
Okay.
No, he's actually not
Okay.
that short.
Okay, but,
But,
like,
but
yeah.
I would say, I mean, with all the achievements, like you say, like having like the first Namibian film, I've worked on the first Namibian film, which is on Netflix and stuff like that. But I mean, if I am not happy about my achievements or myself, like it wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been
Yeah.
doing all of this. So I
Yeah.
think my biggest achievement.
Yeah, I think the
definitely.
same as well. That my biggest achievement in my career is my sacrifice that I've
Yeah.
made
Exactly.
for all the things that I have today.
Exactly.
Because the same, I was also raised by a single mother.
Yeah,
Which was
so-
one of those that was like, I'm not going to give you anything.
Exactly.
You got to go
Go
out there
find
and
it
find it
yourself.
yourself. I don't care how you find it, but
Yeah.
just go and find it. And when you do,
Yeah.
then I'll congratulate
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
My mother
Yeah.
always used to tell me every time I have like downfalls. My mother tells me, "Listen, the world is your oyster. You go out there. I will lead you to it, but I won't force you to drink that water.
Yeah.
It is up to you." So
Yeah,
I think when the streets raised you, you
Yes.
come out way stronger.
Yes,
because you
definitely.
feel, yeah, you know, you're way stronger than that. And every day when you get up, you know, and I feel a lot of times people like to set back their happiness. They're like, when I get to this level, you know, when I get this achievement, when I get this paper, that's when I can be happy. No.
Like, you should be happy.
No, be happy every
The
day.
pattern.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you encourage young people, especially young women in Namibia, to go into the arts?
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
I breathe, speak arts all the time. Especially with black generations, you know, black families. It's like, go and be a doctor. You know how many times my grandparents say I must go and be a doctor. You know, and how many times they're like, we just see you on TV. You are always on TV dancing, and you know, you get that like, okay, my family is not in support, but later, after a stage, that proving to yourself that it actually just need me to start and support and believe in me, and then the whole world will follow. Because 5 years from now, like, they're like, oh, we saw you on TV, we are excited. I'm like, oh, it's changing. Because in order for you to feel, you don't need other people's approval for you to know that you've got what it takes, you know. Just so go out there, and then the world will follow.
Yes.
The world will follow. Because imagine if I had listened to, if I had listened to all those people, I would have not been here. So I think I would always encourage arts. I live, breathe arts, and I'll always encourage arts because it's what we need. It is what we need. It's a breakthrough.
Yeah. From my side, I mean, like I said, I started doing classical music from the 6th grade, so I was like 11, 12.
Yeah.
And literally, like, it teaches you discipline, like getting to know yourself, like expressing how you want things done, like when to say what. And then I also did modern art dance with Mr. Banana from College of the Arts.
Yes.
So I did quite a lot. And this stuff literally just basically paved me in the woman that I am today. Because I mean, I'm literally like grew up with my sisters, like in the same house. But I am so different from them because I literally grew up in the arts sector where I am way more confident in what I say and like literally and do. And then them, they're also very confident, but in a different way where I literally, you go what you want, you go get it. Like you literally are taught discipline, all of these factors. And it just makes you a way better person. So, and just makes you know what you want in life and how you want to get it.
I'm very honored to be sitting here. I feel like I'm just taking in all
the
this
positive energy.
And then, you know, our last question for today is, if you had your time again, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self? What would you say? At 16.
What? At 16, I was already like traveling and singing all over Windhoek and like literally. I would still do literally. I would just tell myself like, go for it. Like as you were going for it now, just keep on going. Because like I said, with 16, I was already representing Namibia and like, so I had already so much going on. Already so much that there was actually no. I literally was playing every soccer like sport. Like I would do netball. Like I was literally that person that just went for every like the school choir, soccer, netball, like whatever the debate club. Literally. So I would say literally to myself, I mean, you've done a good job, so keep going. Like keep going on the path you are, because it will come out successful.
Well, at 16, wow.
What were we doing?
At 16, I was out and about in the world. I started dancing like I was 10. So at 16, I would have told that girl that it was not your fault, that you are worth it, that chase your dreams. Because it was a rough journey throughout. And at that age, really, I will tell a 16-year-old even now that chase your dreams. It was not your fault. You are worth it. Because these are literally the words that, you know, I would have told myself then. I would have been much more at a bigger space, especially with my mind, and my, you know, my mental health. So 16-year-old me, I would have told myself that it was not your fault and you are worth it. But I think being now the person that I am right now, you know, I've grew from it and I'm stronger now. You know, my heart and my soul and my mind is stronger now. But my 16-year-old self, I would have told it, you've got this. It's you, yourself, and you've got this. So that's Sweet 16.
Okay, but then what did you mean by it's not your fault?
I think when you are a teenager, you tend to blame yourself more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say, but how come I want to dance now? But why now? Why can't I dance? You know, why do you want me to go and do now? You're a doctor, and you know, you start blaming yourself like, oh wow, I'm raised by a single parent. Oh, I'm raised in an extended family. So what is going to happen now? You know, you start blaming yourself for things that you see your peers are having. You know, those
exactly.
education, and then you sit there and you're so like, oh wow, what if I had gone to like an art school in Germany.
Yeah.
What if? No, it is
Yes.
not your fault, babe.
Yeah.
You are worth it.
Exactly.
And you are in the presence.
And you're
yes.
literally doing what you can
And
at that time.
you know, it's what I could. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my sweet 16, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cherlien, Hillary, thank you for appearing on Chelsi Shikongo Talks. I really took a lot from this conversation,
Thank
and
you for
I
having
am just so excited
Yeah.
to see what you both will be doing in the next tomorrow, later today. We never know. Breakthroughs are constantly happening.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's literally
Thank you
like
for having
everywhere.
us.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad I
so
came.
sweet.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm really,
are you?
Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
very
for having
much.
us. I'm so proud of you, Chelsi.
Yes.
I am really
Yes.
proud of you. You are like a definition of black child. Your
Yes.
dreams are valid.
Yes.
And then
Definitely.
I'm so honored. First of all, I need your
First of
autograph
all.
after this. I'm so honored.
Cherlien, look at you. Inspiring from behind the camera.
Right?
So it was. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having us.
You know, it's
Thank
been a
you.
real pleasure just discovering about both of you and just your journeys and where you are in the industry. And just thank you for being part of the industry and making
Thank
sure that
you.
I got a chance to, you know, also
Thank you.
be a part of it. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Don't forget, our episodes appear on all platforms, including the 99 FM app, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Google Podcast platforms. Plus, you can download every episode to listen again. Please join me next time for Chelsi Shikongo Talks.